What if some of the people you think you know aren't entirely themselves anymore? Not because they're lying, not because they're evil, not because they suddenly change psychologically, but because something very small has begun altering the machinery of their mind. Hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller. Modern medicine has no problem accepting that infections can affect the body. Fever, inflammation, pain, fatigue, that's easy, but suggests that infections may alter personality itself, and suddenly the room becomes uncomfortable, because we still like to imagine that personality exists in some protected space, untouched by biology. But the brain is biology. It is tissue, electrical tissue, immune-sensitive tissue, and anything capable of altering inflammation, neurotransmitters, oxygen delivery, immune signaling, or neural circuitry can alter behavior, emotion, perception, even identity expression itself. Over the years, many physicians quietly treating chronic infections have seen things that conventional medicine still struggles to explain. Children with Lyme disease developing rage attacks, patients with toxoplasmosis collapsing into severe depression, people becoming impulsive, paranoid, emotionally numb, obsessive, detached, avoidant, or strangely unlike themselves from mycotoxins. And often, the changes fluctuate. One day warm and affectionate, the next emotionally flat and distant. One day emotionally connected, the next unreachable. Not necessarily because they are consciously deceptive, but because the biological terrain underneath consciousness itself is shifting.
The invasion doesn't even need to be in the brain itself. The organisms can just be in the gut, but there is a direct connection with what goes on in the gut and how the brain operates. For example, small intestine bacterial overgrowth can alter brain function even if the infection never leaves your gut. I once told the parents of a young woman suffering from severe neurological Lyme disease, once the infection is under control, you'll finally find out who your daughter is. Right now, even she doesn't know. Think about how profound that statement is. The infection had become so intertwined with her emotional and neurological state that her real personality was obscured beneath inflammation and dysfunction.
And perhaps the cruelest part is that many patients can feel this happening to themselves. They know something is wrong. They can feel themselves changing, but everyone around them insists.
It's stress.
It's psychological.
It's all in your head.
Now, most personality changes caused by infections are subtle, not dramatic possession-like transformations. Something quieter, a slight emotional inconsistency, shifting cravings, different attachments, different fears, sudden emotional volatility. Some patients become emotionally disconnected, others irrationally aggressive. There are even cases where protozoal infections appear to correlate with cyclical violent behavior. And yet most physicians are never trained to seriously investigate the infectious contribution to psychiatric and behavioral symptoms, because medicine separated the brain from the immune system, from infectious disease, as if they are unrelated. But they aren't. The mind does not float above biology. It emerges from it. And this raises a deeply uncomfortable question. How many relationships collapsed because neuroinflammation altered emotional regulation? How many people thought they had fallen out of love when their brain chemistry and inflammatory state were changing underneath them? How many patients were labeled unstable when part of their nervous system was under biological assault? This does not mean every emotional problem is caused by infection. Human beings are naturally complicated, but modern medicine may have profoundly underestimated one thing: how much microorganisms can influence the lens through which we experience reality itself. Perhaps one of the greatest future revolutions in medicine will come when we finally stop pretending the mind is separate from the body. Because if microorganisms can alter inflammation, oxygen utilization, neurotransmitters, and neural circuitry, then they may also alter love, fear, trust, desire, connection, and even the fragile thing we call the self. The fungus among us may sound funny, but it is not so funny when it is in your brain taking charge of your personality. If you think this might be you, please find an experienced functional medical physician who works with these infections.